Just wing it.
Just wing it.
Welcome to the Rate My Religion podcast. I'm Ashley, and this is my 69th lifetime.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I'm Mimi, and
let me turn this off.
Fuck!
There we go. There. It's better now.
Should we start over?
It's all okay now.
It's all over now, fuck
Let's
you.
just keep going, dude.
Okay. And I'm Mimi, and I am going straight to hell after this. Or maybe just not getting reincarnated. Who knows? What happens if you don't get reincarnated?
You do get Alright,
Wait, can you not, though?
No, everyone gets reincarnated.
Oh, just as something bad?
They go to the other world. Okay, so, alright. So, this religion...
okay, I'm talking about nothing.
Okay, alright. This podcast is about rating people's religions and finding out about them. What we do is we pick one, we study it for a week, and then we podcast.
Or in my case, for a day and a half, because I'm slow and I like to play Skyrim.
Oh my gosh, look, I have pages
I have a lot of notes too, okay?
Well, I
watched a lot of YouTube videos. And they almost made me cry. They were pretty good.
Seriously?
No. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They were cute.
You emotional fuck.
People are so sweet.
So imagine that you're an alien. And you come down to Earth and you're like, I want to be more spiritual. And the definition of spirituality, which I have written here, is the relationship between the heart and the mind, or deepest values and meanings by which people live.
Oh, that's just like morality. That has like nothing to do with...
Yeah, well, I couldn't find... I mean, there's no real good definition of spirituality. That's why I had to, like, find it.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we're talking about Druidism today, which I've never even heard of.
Also known as Druidry.
Or Neo-Druidism. There's a lot of different, like, factions and a lot of different, like...
There's different orders in different parts of the world.
It's certainly not like, Mormonism, where it's very specific and, like, has very specific rules and, like, rights and things like that.
Yeah, well, we should probably say, like, our history with religion.
Okay, yeah, you tell me about your history with religion.
Okay, sorry.
Your coffee today.
We were both born and raised as Mormons, because we live in Utah.
Also, we're sisters.
And we're sisters. Oh, man.
You were raised as Mormon and I wasn't, just, like, in the other room.
Oh, my God. But most people in Utah are Mormon, like, But, so whenever I hear about religions, I just compare them to Mormonism. And that's
usually my, my baseline for what religion is.
Your religion doesn't have 3 heavens? What the hell?
Your religion doesn't make you go to a planet when you die? What? That's so weird.
Oh my god. You don't know who Joseph Smith is? Oh my god. It's hilarious. I need several wives.
I mean, I need to be a several wife.
Oh my god.
Would you rather be a polygamist, like, wife, or... Oh, it's another bad thing.
A vegetarian?
Okay, sure.
I would rather...
Vegetarian, obviously. That's not that bad.
I'd rather... Yeah, but I was thinking, like, other religions and their restrictions.
Oh.
So I thought...
Oh, would you rather, be polygamist or have an arranged marriage?
Ooh. That reminds me of that, in Sense8 when Indian girl has to marry some guy.
Don't just call her Indian girl. Her name's Kala.
I don't know the name.
That's fine,
and
okay.
then there's Naked Dude and he shows up at their wedding.
Because she had an arranged... He's German.
German. I love him. He's the best.
Yeah.
But, anyway, she has an arranged marriage. I would be okay with that, as long as,
an arranged marriage?
As long as, like, I can... run away. Because in FLDS, there's, like, walls put up.
There's walls?
Yeah. You can't escape, and it's in the middle of the desert, and you have to, there's, like, miles of nothing,
Yeah, I think they made a point to go somewhere where there's no resources for people who try to leave.
Yeah.
Like, in kind of Arizona, like, New Mexico,
yeah,
like, southern Utah area.
Uh-huh. And Nevada too.
Nevada. I was trying to think of all the places that it was.
Like that show Sister Wives, so they had to move out of Utah because it's illegal.
It's the four corners of fuckery.
Oh man, that's good. Okay, we should probably get back to Druidry.
Oh, what we're actually talking is about, is it Druidry or Druidism?
Well, it's Druidism, but most people just say Druidry.
Oh, just because they're fucking wrong?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't actually care.
I got most of my information from the druidry.org website.
Me too.
Really?
Not most of it. I mostly got it from Wikipedia. But I got their, like, joining up information from the website.
Yeah, they have, it's the order of bards, ovates, and druids. Bards are like the artists and the musicians, you know, and Archie's my music.
My music.
Oh my god.
Archie from Riverdale would totally be a bard. He totally would. He would join this religion as fuck.
Terrible. It's terrible.
But their website is called druidry.org.
Yeah.
So you could be a bard or an ovate or a druid. What's an ovate? I can't figure.
An ovate is a healer.
Oh, a healer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would be an ovate because that's my jam.
Ovates, they have, hold on, let me get my ranks. Ovates, oh shit. I don't know what I wrote about them.
You have so many notes. Oh my god.
Well, I took this seriously, kinda.
I did too.
Yeah, ovates are like, you know, spiritual people, and they heal people. Pretty cool.
Okay. And
pretty
then
sly.
bards are like, I don't care about healing people, I just want to write my poems.
My music.
My music.
And then
just a druid, what is that? It's just like you like trees?
Yeah, but with druids you can like raise up like as like a druid priest or
Oh, so you're like more in the ranks, you're like a leader.
I think
Because
so.
they're super into leadership positions?
Yeah, well, kind of. I know that bards they train like for years to become like master. Huh? Wait, hold on, what happens? Is this recording? Yeah, it's recording. What? No.
Oh, no. What happened?
Is this still recording? I don't understand. It's fine.
Okay.
It's recording. So, bards have like a whole buttload of ranks that they go through. Like there's the Olair bard,
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Tamhan bard, the Drizak bard, the Klee bard,
Klee? How do you spell that?
CLI,
Oh, I thought it was EE. That's awesome.
and Ruth, and the Olam. And the Olam is reached after 10 years of training.
Oh, that's so long.
I know, you get this.
That's so long holding hands in a circle in the woods.
Okay, what the hell is going on with this recording app? Okay.
I think can you just like blink the screen?
I did that once, and
It stopped recording?
yes. So let's just keep it like, I think it's going fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
maybe just put it like on the pillow where you're not going to touch it.
Fine.
There you go. Now it looks like we're praying around your iPad.
Our true religion is recording.
Our true religion is podcast. I mean, maybe for me, because I spend more time listening to podcasts than I do literally anything.
Yeah, I know. Oh man.
Actually, let me tell you about this podcast I listened to today.
Yeah, that's our life.
Yep.
But we listen to them because of our work, which we work at the same place. We're both cleaners.
Don't tell them.
Okay, fine.
Just kidding.
I feel like this podcast will get us fired or something.
Only if I talk about how gay I am.
Oh,
I did it. Okay. You're such an idiot.
You are. Okay. Druidry is 2,500 years old. How it started is
Is that like before Christianity?
I think so.
Yeah, because like druids were around before Christianity, but Druidism came after.
Yeah, because I'll get to that just a sec. So druids, these people, they would go and they'd meet in caves and like do some shit. I don't know.
That's my jam. I love that.
The caves were symbolic as Mother Earth's womb.
No,
It's Shinji Ikari.
no. So it's like what's that game where you die a lot?
Dark Souls.
It's like Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Where everything represents a vagina.
Everything is a vagina.
But let me say that this is the Skyrim of religions. Every time I looked up anything about this religion, I was just like, wow, this is like every time I've played Skyrim. Like, everyone's dressed in these clothes. Everyone's talking about these things. Everyone's going into caves and all this stuff.
Ooh,
it's so, oh my god, it's just like, it's like the LARPing of religions. It's so fun.
It's an old one.
It's an old one?
Did you know that Julius Caesar was the primary source of information that people got from, like, about Druidry?
Yeah, he was like, Druids are the bomb. Like, he said that, like, I don't know.
They were, like, barbarians, and they wouldn't pay for his war and shit. And
no, I thought he dug them.
he's like, they're okay. You know?
Really?
And, like, lots of his groups, like, people in his army, went to go be Druids because they didn't have to pay, like, taxes.
Oh, that's a big thing. They didn't have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
And now they don't have to pay taxes because they're religion.
And he wrote about how they would, like, the Druids, they made these, like, wicker statues, and they put criminals in there, and then they light it on fire.
Yes, it's called the, I think it's called the Wicker Man.
Yeah,
So it's basically early Druids, which is, you know, what Druidism is based off of in a lot of ways. Druids, they were, like, you know, the spiritual leaders of the community.
Yeah.
Or, like, of the town. I don't know. And so, they that's not the right word. They participated in human sacrifice. So if you've heard about this torture device, it's called the Wicker Man. So they basically built like this Burning Man statue and put dudes in it in like a cage. It was like a cage and a statue. And then they'd fucking light them on fire and burn all these dudes to death.
And if you don't know like what this would look like, type in YouTube, Burn the Witch by Radiohead. And the music video, it involves that.
It does? I don't remember that part.
It was the end when, alright, there's this like bird tweeting and then, you know, it's based on like the Wicker Basket, like, or something, where, with Nicolas Cage, anyway, but it's all like claymation, and he wanders through this village, and everyone's like, oh, it's all happy, then they put him in that thing, and then...
Oh, yeah. So it's like an ancient torture device. I didn't realize it was used by Druids, but I've known about this torture device. So I was really excited.
There was lots of weird torture shit they did, like sexual torture. And
really? I didn't know about that.
Oh, yeah. Like, they were often considered, like, barbarians.
Explain it to me in gruesome detail, what they did.
Oh, I don't know, I didn't focus on that too much. But, I mean, you know what? I mean, how they defend this on the website is...
I can't believe they defend it. That's interesting.
They're like, they were called barbarians and they did all this horrible thing, but Christians did that.
Yeah, it was just part of the times, I guess.
Yeah. Oh my god. Everyone was doing that kind of shit back then.
Yeah, it's like in Mormonism, how it's like, well, of course they killed Native Americans. Everyone was killing Native Americans. That's just what you did, and then you blamed it on the Native Americans.
Oh my god.
Who killed these natives? The natives.
Or like, like teenagers, you know, they're like, yeah, of course I got drunk. Everyone was getting drunk, man.
They told me I needed to get drunk to be a teenager.
It's the symbol of youth.
Sorry about that. Where were we?
We were just making fun of something. I don't remember. We just let the dog in, so. So in the history, the Druids were suppressed by the Romans, and then they were suppressed by the Christians, but they survived as poets, historians, and judges.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and then,
You're like, we want a moral center. How about you judge us? You know? Like,
yeah, that's silly. I don't know.
Well, because they're kind of considered to be these, like, wise men or whatever, at least later.
I guess.
Like, when Druidism was coming about, after, you know, the Druids had kind of left history, or they haven't left history, that's where they reside, but they had left the present, people would kind of see them as, like, these, you know, cloaked, bearded old guys that would, like, walk to you and give you, like, I don't know, like, advice? I don't know, like, they were, like, these holy men.
Yeah, I don't know. You know the Stonehenge shit? Like, all that weird stones everywhere? There's no evidence.
Mean Stonehenge?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no evidence that Druids built that or had anything to do with that. I mean, you see pictures of them, like, worshipping him now, for some reason.
Oh, yeah, Stonehenge is their jam. Like, that's where they go to, like, that's, like, their pilgrimage, right?
But they didn't make it. Like, anyway. But, see, people, like, way later, they were like, oh my god, what the hell are these stones doing here? Isn't that cool? What? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, they started doing archaeological research.
Or archaeological digs, where they're like, my music.
Archie!
Archie.
So, looking into the past, started this Druid revival, and that's how it formed, and then it became what it is today.
What is it today?
Well, we're gonna get to that. I have categories. We have categories on how to rate this religion, like history, sexual conduct, art, music.
Basically, things you would take into account if you wanted to join this religion.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm a gay person. Would they burn me after I joined, or would they let me be a leader? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like my alien analogy earlier. You're coming to Earth. You don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. You
want a religion to make you feel, more spiritual. But which one? Which one's the right one for you? What is the best religion? And that's what we're here to find out. God damn it.
Nice tagline there.
Thank you.
Don't laugh like that. It's so creepy.
So, what do you think about their history? Like, would you dock them a point for that, or?
Okay, well, their history is really fascinating. Like, the lore is really good. I like the lore stuff. There's this island of 9 female druids that are, like, eternally virgins that, like, live on this island together.
That's myth.
That's what I'm saying. I like the lore stuff.
That's lore, but not history. I'm talking just from history.
Well, let me talk about my virgins. So, these virgins, they live on this island, and they, like, can turn themselves into different animals, and they can, like, bring gifts in from the sea, and I just think that's the gayest thing I've ever heard. And it makes me so happy. Yeah, but they're 9 lesbians on an island together. Like, that's so gay. It's awesome. Anyway, that's my favorite part of the lore. Anyway, but I said anyway so many times. But their history is really interesting. So it's basically these leaders of spirituality that lived in, like, I don't know, like, what time was it? Like, when did they live?
A long time ago.
Oh, fuck you. Because I have information about this. I just need to find it.
You silly goose.
You're stupid.
Well, it doesn't matter. But I think their history is, like, it's interesting. I think it's more interesting than Mormon history, Joseph Smith looked in a hat.
It's certainly more ancient. And
yeah, but I mean,
but it's also more interesting in, like, of its lore. It's really interesting. Tell me about the lore, because I only got, like, a skim of what that actually was. Okay. Tell me about the history.
Okay. The lore of this, there's tons and tons of different stories involving, like, in fact, if you go on the website, they have a library of all their weird stories and shit, and, like, trees, how they worship trees, and, like, magpies.
And their books are, like, they don't really have a religious text. They just have people who've written about Druidism that are Druids.
Yeah, there's the Reformed Druid Anthology, which most Druids, like, go by, kind of.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, different subsets of Druidism where it's like, oh, we're the American Association of Druids. No, we're the Reformed Association of Druids.
Yeah.
No, we're the Revamped Association of Reformed Druids.
We're the Order of New Druids.
Yeah, there's a lot of different... Because, like, they would have problems, and then people would be like, no, we don't want these problems, or we want more problems, so we're going to change and make a different society.
Yeah. They believe in achieving the 3 goals of life, which are 1, wisdom. Easy peasy, got that done.
Easy peasy.
Creativity, which is the bard's thing.
Yeah, so, like, you gotta make your own stuff. You gotta express yourself in one way or another, right?
Make your own kind of music. Sing your own special song.
Would you be a bard? Which one would you be? Out of the 3?
An
Ovate, a bard, or a druid?
I think druids can become something called celebrants.
Celebrants?
Yeah, where what they do, it's really fun. Where the hell is that part of the shit? Really gotta. It's very organized, but I mean, seriously.
There's just so much fucking information.
I know. I mean, religions, man.
I know. They're not just like one, happenstance or one event. They're like an entire culture and like subset of humanity that's like so interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big this religion was.
Yeah, me neither. Like, in fact, it's worldwide, because you can become a member online if you pay the short price of, like, it's like £18 for a starter kit.
Which is like $25.
Yeah.
I did the math here.
Yeah.
It's like $25 to $450. Like, there's like multiple different
it's
packages.
crazy.
So anywhere between $25 and $450, you could become like an official druid. Mm-hmm. But you can also just be like, I'm a druid, and then you're a druid. Just say that.
That's fine. True. You can just make a robe, wear it.
Yeah, you could just like go to Comic-Con and then be like, I'm a druid, and then you're a druid.
You like modify like a KKK like robe, and then
no. No!
Oh, man. Let's talk about their sexual conduct. How about... Oh, wait, I never mentioned the third goal.
Yeah, you were... Yeah, what was the other goal?
You interrupted me, bitch. Alright, no, I'm just joking. I love you. There's, wisdom, creativity, and finally, love.
I thought it was going to be something like enlightenment, but it was just literally like, just love.
Love.
Because they're all about community and connection and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, they also want to go, like, if you want to be, like, an individual druid and, like, focus on your own inner spirituality, then, like, by all means, go for it.
Yeah, if you want to go sit in a cave or your mother's womb by yourself and you don't want a twin or sextuplets, then you can just, like, be in a cave by yourself.
Now, that brings us to sexual conduct.
Does it? That's a weird transition.
It's just I've been trying to get to this because it's my second.
I mean, it is the most important part of religions. Is will they let you fuck? Will they let you fuck? Ashley.
I don't want to fuck anyone, dude.
But will they let you?
They will let me. In fact, this religion is very sexy.
Yay!
It's extremely sexy. It's really straight. Like, the stories are pretty straight.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they accept gay people. Like, they literally, they're like, how dare Christians, be mean to gay people because that's dumb and, la-di-da, and it's the illusion of separateness. I'll talk about that later.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that makes sense for them. I was thinking they probably wouldn't be, gross about that.
There were some witch hunters who were torturing druids that did you have sex with the devil? I bet you did. And they're like, yeah, we did. Just let us know. Oh my god. He's waiting at home now. We have a kid. No,
he's laying sexily on the bed with a rose in his mouth waiting for me to come home.
Oh my god.
Yeah, of course we had sex with the devil. That's our deal. We're like pagan or whatever.
I mean, it was tortured out of them. So
sure.
They probably didn't. In fact, they defended this on the Druidry website.
They're really good at defending themselves.
They're like, yeah, some people said that we had sex with devils, but they were being tortured, you know?
True.
So,
if someone said, do you like to eat your own toenails? And then, you're like, yes, let me go! I mean...
Anything to stop.
Get out of that stretching machine.
Most of the rituals that they do are outside, and, a lot of the times, lots of spiritual rituals are done naked, or sky-clad. They're wearing the sky instead of any clothes. And this is, in fact, they have a whole page dedicated to defending this. It's insane.
Sweet.
They have 1 million quotes on yeah, I feel way more spiritual when I'm naked, or I was doing my ritual dance and shit, and I just thought, yeah, let me take my clothes off, And I know you love to be naked.
Okay, I was gonna say this is such a plus for me. Nudism is it's not nudism. Is it nudism?
It's being sky-clad. It's
being sky-clad.
Letting yourself be, open to the spiritual energy.
It's just your body in the earth. I love that. I really love being naked. It makes me feel good.
I hate that. The more layers, the better,
Yeah, you're like, let me put on a sweater and then a jacket and then a coat.
Yes,
And you're not sky-clad. I like that term. I'm going to use that a lot.
Yeah.
Every time I get out of the shower, I'm going to be like, I'm so sky-clad right now.
Yeah, but...
It's like being in your birthday suit, but you're in the sky suit.
I mean, as long as, I'm not there dancing nakedly among them. then
Well-
I feel embarrassed if I was the only one wearing clothes and they were all naked. I'd be like, oh, I feel pressured now, and I don't
Just
want to be
imagine
naked.
everyone wearing more clothes, and then you'll feel less embarrassed.
Well, I guess I'm not a bard because my creativity and my imagination are not
They're limited.
suitable.
They're
It's
limited.
very limited.
I feel bad for you.
There was a story I was reading where some guy, he wanted to marry this priestess, but she was a priestess and she was already married to the earth, and so she couldn't marry. So I assume
They don't allow polygamy or polyamory.
No, I assume that priests and priestesses can't marry because of that story. I'm not exactly sure. Oh,
Maybe it was just her own individual interpretation of it. I don't know. Who knows?
perhaps. I mean, this is a religion where, like, anything goes. So...
You can be a Hasidic druid.
Druid?
I was going to say Hasidic Drew. You could be a Hasidic druid. You could be a Christian druid. You could be, like, anything, basically. It's kind of something that interconnects with your own religion.
Like, if you're a Christian druid, like, what the fuck are you doing?
I think it's sweet. Like, I watched this amazing video of this woman who, I think she was from the UK somewhere. She was, like, British or something. I'm American. I don't fucking know about this shit. So, she was talking about why she joined Druidism. And, she thought that originally it was like a specifically pagan religion, but it's mostly just like an extra way of life to, like, kind of guide you into a certain direction.
Definitely.
Just like,
It is a way of life.
yeah.
It's like just loving nature and...
Yeah, she's like, I wanted to buy a fucking staff and a robe and, like, stand in the woods. It's like, go for it. You can also believe in Jesus if you do that.
Yeah, I
know?
mean, like, you only have so much time, or if you believe in this religion, then you have multiple lifetimes of limited time to
I guess
do what the hell you want.
I guess you have ultimate time, but in each timeline you want to do the best you can. And she was like a heavily depressed person.
Oh yeah.
And she had the best video.
And in fact, I heard a lot about, like, people who were depressed who, like, turned to this and they found community, they found love. And
She said she found, like, she had this, like, vision, and she was going to kill herself, like, within the week.
oh god.
And so she went on this, like, hike with her friends to this, ancient kind of tomb place. Because, like, she lives in a place where those are.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And so, it was, like, her last kind of, like, hurrah before she killed herself. And then she, felt, like, the spirit there and, like, just felt really calm and, like, almost, like, immediately snapped out of her depression and thought, like, of course I don't need to kill myself. What am I talking about?
That's awesome.
It didn't, like, cure her depression.
Yeah,
but in that moment, it gave her, like, so much clarity and, like, so for some people, this is, like, saving their lives.
Yeah, it's like
which
that.
is more valuable than anything.
It's like that quote. I just love this quote. But, like, as long as you are alive, there will always be an opportunity for you to be happy sometime.
Yeah.
There's always a chance that you might be happy as long as you're alive in the future.
Sure. Because, I mean, it goes up and down. Like, there are times when I'm like, I'm pretty down. There's nowhere to go but up. Mm-hmm. But then on the other side, I'm like, fuck, I'm I'm up now, and I'm gonna go down, and it's like this whole thing.
Yeah.
So maybe I should be a druid, Maybe I can buy a staff and a cloak and go, have sex with a tree. Like, that'd be lit.
If you're willing to pay, like, a bunch of pounds to join.
Yeah, I'm like 18 pounds.
That's just the starter kit. That's like the sample. That's like the Costco sampler.
That's just a taste.
Yeah.
It's not even a free sample. Don't do that.
What's another thing about sexuality, sexual conduct, there's, quote, motherhood demanded utmost reverence. There was, the woman is, like, total respect for the woman, no rape. There's this thing, a man cannot neglect the sexual needs of his wife.
That's so awesome.
Women could divorce, they could have sex. This is pretty.
He must
good.
caress her beautiful flower petals.
Oh, her lotus womb. Oh god, her lotus opening.
Oh no, I hate it.
They could have sex out of wedlock. And
wow,
I read
that's really, like, liberal of them.
Oh yeah,
it's just like the most liberal religion I've ever heard of.
Seemed a bit ahead of their time, I think.
Yeah, especially because it's kind of older.
I read the story on there, like, an article, and this woman, she's like, yeah, I felt like sex was a way to get closer to God.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's a common belief.
Which I think is weird. I don't know. Most religions are like, oh, sex, oh no, that's, bad.
We get taken into account Christianity, where they, say that rape can't get you pregnant.
That's bullshit.
Like, abortion is like an ultimate sin or whatever, and like all these things that are like incredibly conservative in America. This is like the total opposite of that, where it's just like, it's basically like not having a religion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost just so free that it's like we're the chains that religion have put on everything,
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're gonna be getting into those later.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
The art is not good. I don't know.
Oh my god, I was gonna talk about this. Well, it really depends on the person.
The bard who did the art, I guess.
Okay, so each individual in the religion is supposed to be creative and make their own music or poetry.
And the writing's okay.
So picture this: a group of nerds holding hand in the forest.
Ooh.
One of them has a piece of paper with a poem written on it. A poem they wrote. A poem that they are going to share with the circle. Someone on the outside of the circle is filming it and puts it on a YouTube video. This is where we get the information.
Oh my god.
So tell me about some of the art you found.
The art I found is of, famous old druids, and it's like paintings of them in their cloaks, and
it's all really similar.
The anatomy is a bit wonky, and it's just kind of
it's interpretive.
Well, yeah, and then some of the paintings are very like impressionistic,
Sure.
like faces and shit. But it's not anything to gawk about. Their wicker statues were great.
The wicker statues are a class act.
They look awesome. They look so cool. Very threatening.
It's a shame they have to burn them.
Yeah.
It's very burning.
And I wonder how many hours went into making those, and then they just burned them in the end.
Can you imagine just like them singing a working song as they're building a cage to kill people in?
Oh god.
That's certainly how I imagine it. But their music is like very Celtic inspired.
Oh yeah, very flutes.
Their whole jam is like, we're Celtic people, we're like obsessed with our Celtic ancestors. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like how on St. Patrick's Day people are like, kiss me, I'm Irish. It's like that all the time.
Oh yeah, it's like the harps and like the flutes, and it sounds very like I'm playing D&D,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you're dressed as an elf walking through an inn.
Like a city,
in a magical
village,
Totally. And it's, they use like, harps and, bagpipes and shit. Mm-hmm. And it's, it's like very easily listening, like new age music. It's kind of like new age music.
Hi.
Where it's like kind of non-specific, like culturally.
Oh, I guess so.
You know?
The Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids released a song, and that's what I listen to, and it's very much
really?
like that.
Oh, yeah. I just listened to, like, individual people, making their own music.
Mm-hmm.
Like this chick at Stonehenge playing the harp. Like, it was nice. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was pretty lit. Like, in the calmest sense of the word lit.
Yeah, lit. It's lit.
Like, it would be cool to, like, be at Stonehenge and someone's playing a harp. Like, that's pretty cool. But it doesn't mean anything to me. But I'm glad that it means a lot to them.
Yeah, pretty good.
And I mean, like, for religion to be like, yeah, you should learn how to do all these things. Like, you should learn how to play an instrument because it helps you with your creativity.
Yeah, your creativity goal.
Something.
Yeah.
I've never heard of religion saying to you, you should write in your journal. You should write some poetry. You should make a song.
Yeah.
It's usually just like, no, these are the rules that you have to do. Follow these rules and you'll go to heaven.
Yeah. Don't have sex before marriage, and then when you do have sex, you need to do it in the temple. God damn it.
You have to have sex in the temple.
No, I mean get married.
Oh!
Imagine that. They'd burn the temple if someone had sex in there.
We should sneak in. Oh, not you and me. That'd be weird. But, like, I should sneak in the temple and have sex with a girl, and then... That'd be awesome.
In like the binding room where they bind the man and woman together.
We're talking about the Mormon temple. There were like 15 I could drive to right now, like within the span of an hour. And like, it's hard to get in though. You have to be like, I have my temple recommended.
Oh yeah, and you have to get your temple recommended by interviewing with the bishop in your local church.
Yeah. Have you been chaste recently?
Oh god.
Always.
Like,
anyway.
Do you think you deserve this temple recommend?
Have you paid your tithing?
Oh god.
Do they have anything like that, paying your tithing besides paying for the courses?
No, I think it's just the courses.
Yeah.
I didn't find anything about paying tithing.
It's really, what's the word? Like, specific. It's not specific. It's, fuck, I can't think of the word.
I mean, you can donate money to the cause.
Yeah, the cause.
Or like to
the revolution.
To the orders.
Yeah, totally.
In your grove.
Yeah, it's flexible for other people, like anyone who wants to join.
Yeah.
You're like, well, say that you live in Mexico and you have a certain set of values. You can still be a fucking druid and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's really...
Yeah.
It's just about, like, connecting with the earth and connecting with yourself and loving people.
Yeah,
And
it's literally very chill.
And being a fucking nerd. It's, like, the nerdiest religion. Let me just say it. It's so nerdy.
It's very nerdy. Oh my god.
Like I said, it's like the Skyrim of religions.
I think that would be one of the downsides is the social stigma that comes along with being a druid.
Yeah,
It's like, I practice druidry. And everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's like putting a kick me sign on your back.
Yeah. It's like, egg my house, please.
Yeah. It's, like, I'm sure that people don't actively go out and be like, you're a druid, fuck you. Like, it's just very nerdy,
It is very nerdy.
It is like LARPing, you go into the woods and dress up and, like, talk to each other about the woods and Mother Goddess and stuff. Also, I don't understand who the gods are.
Oh, we're just about that. I just had, that's my next section. Okay.
I couldn't find anything about that.
So I counted 24 gods. I mean,
damn.
You can be a Christian, which means that you believe in one God.
You could be monotheistic or polytheistic.
But the gods that they have,
which is really uncommon.
Apparently they have like 33, 34, but I only counted 24, so I don't know what the fuck they're smoking.
You missed them. Your secret gods.
I wrote down a few of my favorite gods.
Okay, great.
There was Gwydion, who is the god...
That's a nerdy name.
The god of enchantment, magic, music, shapeshifting, and learning.
I spilled my drink.
There's... You did. There's Taliesin, who is the Prince of Song.
The Prince of Song.
That's his nickname.
Girl. Do you mean Archie?
My music. So, he's the god of magic, music, poetry, wisdom, and writing. So basically Gwydion, but the Prince of Song.
Great.
And then there's Aran, who is the king of the underworld, which is weird because I only found like little hints of like hell in Druidry.
Yeah, weird. That doesn't seem to match up.
He's the god of death, hunting, revenge, and has a cauldron of regeneration. Oh, but he also has a whole buttload of hounds that hunt for the souls of the dead.
This sounds made up.
Don't all religions maybe... I mean... I found this. I don't know...
Sure.
I mean, I saw, like, lots of his name everywhere, so I don't know... I don't know...
Like, the emo nerds are really into him?
Maybe.
Okay, no offense to anyone who's in this religion. I really don't care. Like, I'm happy that you found this, and I'm sure that it's true, but, like...
I'm sure it's true.
We're going to make fun of literally everything on the planet.
Yeah, every religion, just wait until we get to, like, Christianity. Just wait until we get to Islam. I mean...
We can do an episode about how fucking annoying atheists are.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone sucks.
That would be like an April Fool's one or something. Like,
don't spoil it.
Like how shit, like, Islam is because they have to pray for, like, 5 fucking times a day. Like, god damn it. Like, I mean, if I found out... if I found out that God was real and that we're gonna go to hell if we didn't worship, I would fucking pray, like, 10 times a day. I'd be like, God, oh my god, I love you. You're the best fucking person.
I'd be down if this religion was true. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, this would probably be the best one to be true.
Okay, I'm, like, a secret nerd at heart. Like, I want to cosplay, but I know how, like, I just, like, there's something in me that just cringes every time I think about it.
I know, it's like, oh god.
Like...
You just think of, like, weeaboos at, like, a convention, and you're like, oh, shit,
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be like that. But you also want to do it?
Yes! I want to be part of it! It's just, like, I have enough acne and enough body fat in order to do this, but I just... I need to wear leather instead. Like, I need to do something normal for myself.
Man. Yeah, I would be pretty embarrassed to do this, but if it was true, I mean, hell.
It's a good one. It's a good one to be true. I like this religion. I think it's silly, but I think it's really, really good. Like, I think it's positive in some ways when they're not killing people in sweat lodges.
I mean, no, that was You know, 2,500 years ago, Christians did
when
it too.
they killed people in sweat
Oh
lodges.
wait, that was like
That was like 2009.
what?
The most recent. Did you hear about that?
No.
You know, it might not have been specifically Neo-Druidism, but a lot of Native Americans get really pissed when religions like this take on their beliefs or take on their practices because it's like appropriating the culture, and it's also like you don't understand, like it's not a religious thing necessarily, it's like a cultural thing. And so you know, if you're putting people in a sweat lodge, which is like this kind of like mud hut thing.
Oh, right.
And so basically there was this like organization, it was like I think it was Neo-Druidism that put, you know, too many people in a poorly like ventilated sweat lodge, killed like 3 or 4 people in one
They
go.
not
And like
have like an exit?
I don't know. They put them in there for way too long. Like it was fucked up. So like I think they were trying to, you know, and so like, you know, Native Americans sued like the U.S. government, and they're like, "Fuck you guys," and it's like totally justified. But I mean, you know, people who want to be more connected with nature often go to Native Americans or, you know, Native people of wherever you live. You know, like they take on a lot of like practices from the Aboriginals in Australia too, and often they don't know what they're doing, or, you know, it has nothing to do with them. It's like a native thing. It's like, you know, you're taking something away from someone else, or you're doing it wrong and hurting people, you know, or you don't fully understand why you're doing this. You know, it's just kind of like bullshit because you're like, oh, the natives do this, like it's something cool we can do. So that happens a lot. And in these kind of religions like Neo-Druidism, where I don't know, they just want to be like base level connected to nature. They want to be like their primal ancestors, and so they take on weird things like that.
I think they're just idiots. Like those people
in that group, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to train for like 4 to 8 years in order to give someone like a sweat lodge ceremony, and this person was just like, come to my sauna, and like it was ridiculous.
Damn it.
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
That's so weird.
Like there's so many things that can go wrong in that situation, so for someone to just wing it is like really dangerous. So they've killed a lot of people over the years. That's probably like the thing that I find most distasteful about the religion, or about this, you know, culture of Druidism, is that they're kind of taking on more than they can chew.
Yeah.
In terms of like They don't even know what they're doing sometimes.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like improvisation. You're like, yeah, I want to take my clothes off. Let's just do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like the Revised American Society of Druidism or whatever. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but basically it was. I have information about it.
What grove it was?
Which grove? No, it was.
A grove is like a druid congregation.
No, yeah, it's their congregation. But I have it in the let's see, in my information. So in 1963, the Reformed Druids of North America was founded by students at Carleton College, Northfield, Minnesota, a liberal arts college that required its members to attend some form of religious services, which is like, if you think about that, that's really fucked up. That like your students have to go to church once a week or whatever. You know?
Wait, once a week? I thought it meant like you know, we have to just experience some other culture's religion or something.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, you have to attend some form of religious services. I think it means, I don't think it's for a class. I think it was just in order to go to the school, like, you have to be part of a religion.
I don't think that's true. I think it's like, you need to, like, expand your horizons and go somewhere once. I think that's what it meant.
Oh, I don't think that's true, because you had to, like, go. That's not what it implied.
Okay.
Anyway, so they started, as a protest against the rule of the college, they started the Reformed Druids of North America. So I guess they knew about Druidism and they wanted to start that. And so once the college lifted the rule, they kept going because it was so positive. It was such a good religion. It's really interesting.
So it's like a rebellion religion?
Yeah, it was them being like, fine, we'll make our own fucking religion. Like, we're not going to go to your religion or whatever. And so the college was like, yeah, this is a bad idea. And so we're just going to lift the ban or whatever. And so they're like, but this is fun. So they kept doing it.
Oh my god.
It's pretty funny. I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, and the activities that they have, there's over 175 groves worldwide, around the world.
Wow.
Yeah. And from what I've seen, is they, what they do for shit is they, dress in like robes and whatnot, and they run around in circles in a field, I think.
Well, they like do ceremonies, so they, they recite things from books,
and they have like different branches and like herbs and shit, and they do kind of.
Yeah, I watched like this initiation ceremony, or at least like a couple minutes of it.
Hazing.
And no, it was like it was mostly just awkward because not everyone knew exactly what they were supposed to be doing.
Sounds like work. No, sure.
Like when you're part of like a something's going on where you're being put into a new environment, and some people know what's happening and like exactly what to say at the right time. Like, I don't know, like for example, you join the military and you're supposed to say like "aye, sir" or whatever at certain times.
Oh. Aye, sir. Arr.
Or arr. It's like aye, I don't know, that kind of shit.
Aye, Captain.
I don't know how it goes. I was never in the military. So, I mean, like, it was really awkward because they'd be like, stand in the circle, and if you want to say no to any of these things, then go stand in the outer circle. And then, like, you could see clicking their head, they're like, okay, I understand that. And then he kept going with questions, and then they're like, wait, what am I supposed to do? And so, like, it was just like this kind of, it was hard, like, to process what was going on. But they, like, got on initiated. It was funny, like, there's this one part where this one guy, like, goes up and he, like, accepts his little badge. And then he kind of starts walking away. He's like, oh, no, you forgot to do this thing. And then everyone kind of laughs. And he's like, oh, we have to do the ceremony over again. But they don't actually have to. It's just kind of cute. It's like one of those really awkward situations. It's just like...
That's like a one-time thing, I think. I think it's all right.
Yeah, and I mean, the more time you spend with your... What are they called?
Grove.
The more time... Which is such a cute name.
I know, it's cute.
It's cute.
It's very cute.
It's so cute.
More points for their cuteness.
Yeah, extra points for how cute that fucking is.
So refreshing.
Yeah, the more time you spend with your grove, I think the more, like, community there's going to be, and... some people are just dressed in their normal fucking clothes, or they're dressed in, like, a cute scarf, like, maybe they go to, like, a holistic healing session or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And some people were, like, in full garb, beard, like...
Oh, yeah.
They looked like...
having a cloak, have, like, cape and shit.
Yeah, they looked like a character off of Lord of the Rings,
Oh, yeah,
They, like, totally went for it. And I feel like I'd be one of those people.
I feel like you would be, too. You'd either be that, or you'd be naked.
Oh, I'd be so naked.
You'd be skyclad, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Not crazy, I guess. It looks fun. And actually,
it looks like so much fun.
They seem like they're having a good time.
Oh, and they're, like, in this tall grass, in this, like, clearing. It was really beautiful. And they probably, like, carpooled there. And it was so cute. Like, oh,
yeah, they probably did.
It kind of takes you out of, like, modern era and kind of puts you back into, like, an old-timey situation.
Yeah. I feel like they get on, like, a druid, like, tour bus, and they go to, like, big fields and run around.
Yeah, like, I feel like that would be their pilgrimage, is going to, like, Stonehenge and just, like, feeling spiritual and playing the harp, and, like, it's just kind of fun,
Yeah.
It's like Comic-Con. It's like Comic-Con so hard.
And what do you think about their clothing? Like, I know that they're supposed to make them out of, like, natural fabrics.
I didn't know that. That makes sense, though.
Yeah, because they want to be closer to the earth. And,
sure.
And if you can't be naked, then you want to do that.
Well, and they also really, aspire to be good about the environment. Like, they want to protect the environment. True. They think that brings you closer to God, and also, like, it's just what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, because, I mean,
like, there's a lot of activism in Druidism. Like, they want to protect the earth, and they want to protect people. So that's, like, one of the liberal parts about it. I think that's really good. I mean, it's not, like, it's super... you don't get penalized or anything if you don't do any of these things.
Yeah, because, I mean, this religion, there's literally no consequences to anything.
There's no, like, true leader of the religion.
Yeah.
There's no consequences. That's really true. Because, I mean, that one woman who I was watching who had depression... in her vision, she saw this path, and the idea that she got was, there's this path. I could either get on it and, like, live a better life, or I could just choose not to.
Yeah.
And the choice is always there. I could always come back to this path, but I have the choice, and it's not like destiny is involved. That's a really big thing. Like, there's no destiny. It's all about choice, and it's all about how you want to live. Which is one of my favorite parts about it, because I hate the thought of destiny. It makes me so stressed out.
Yeah, the foretold path.
Yeah, like,
Fate.
If it sucks. Like, whenever I play a game or something that's like, we found this, like, scroll that has, like, you written on it that you're gonna do this thing. It's like, of course it does.
Oh my god.
I like games
You're the Dragonborn.
Yeah,
you're
like,
supposed to do this.
Oh my god. Anyway, but I like things where you can choose, but...
Yeah, I think that's pretty
thought
neat.
It was really fascinating.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts about it. It's like, you could do it or you don't have to. Like, That's probably why it's such a small religion, is because, but, big enough. It's because, we're not trying to get you to join. Like, that would be awesome. Like, if you want to, do it. And you have to pay for it, kind of, like, sometimes, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they make their money. That's how they, keep organized or whatever.
In fact, let's talk about joinability. How joinable is this religion?
It's joinable as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Anyone can join.
Yeah, if you have, like, under $400, which, I mean, I feel like most people would, or they would have time to save. Mm-hmm. Most, like, middle class and above people.
Yeah, but you need to be at least 18 to start the course.
Oh, that's actually really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, although Druids, when they have kids, and we'll talk about this later, but, when they teach the kids, like, the kind of values of Druidry, but it used to be said that it would take 20 years for someone to learn how to be fully Druid, but what they were talking about in the website, they defended this because they said that most of the things that they learn in those 20 years are stuff you just learn in school. And so this course, which is like, you can take it for 1 to 2 years, and this just covers like all the spiritual, like, Druid shit, and not like mathematics and language and writing and shit.
Yeah, because, the original Druids were more about, like, they were more than just spirituality. They were about education as well.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that because, in things like Mormonism, once you're 8, they're like, you have the, ability to choose whether or not...
life and everything that happens in life.
Yeah, so you're basically like 14 adults are telling you, oh, you're going to get baptized, right? And you're like, I can totally choose not to do that. Of course you have to get baptized. That's what you're supposed to do.
And you're 8. Like, what the fuck?
You're 8
like,
years old.
You do not have the choice. Like,
I barely remember being 8. Like, that's probably one of the only things I remember when I was 8 was getting baptized, because I remember them saying, like, oh, like, you're gonna feel this warm spirit, like, you're gonna feel the spirit.
Yeah, the
If you don't know more about Mormonism, like, they have this thing where you feel the spirit.
We will do an episode on Mormonism, but I am not emotionally prepared yet.
You have to, like, go through it. It's too much. It's too much. But you feel the spirit, and then they tell you you're gonna feel it, and then afterwards, once you're in your soaking white clothes where everyone can see your, like, SpongeBob underwear.
And your nips, like, poking through them.
Yeah, your unbroad nips. Because you're 8! They ask you, oh, did you feel the spirit? And you're like, I feel disgusting. Yes, I felt the spirit. The water was tepid. It was fine.
You see some weird, like, sperm going around in there.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
You can get HPV from the... No. It's not like a hot tub.
Oh, man.
It's not hot at all.
It's pretty warm.
Mine was fine.
It was warm when I went in there.
I felt the spirit. It was fine.
It was fine. It was fine.
It was fine, Mom. Let's go eat some funeral potatoes.
That's so Mormon.
Let's go eat some fucking blue Jello.
Okay, let's talk about a celebrant.
What?
You can train to be a celebrant.
It's like you're explaining the religion to me because I don't know shit about this
Okay,
religion.
a celebrant is someone who leads ceremonies like weddings, funerals, and baby namings,
That's such a cute ceremony.
Yeah.
Baby naming.
I know, and you can train to be one for £225, which is like $300 or something. And you don't need to be a member of the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids to become a celebrant.
So you don't even have to buy you don't have to join the order in order to become a celebrant?
Yeah, you can just train.
Oh, lit.
There. And it's,
I kind of want to do that now. That sounds fun.
6 lessons online. I think you get like a marriage like license, like you can marry people. And
Like a legal marriage license?
I think so.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's what I think. And you train what you do during ceremony in like the Druid way.
That's on my bucket list. I want to become a pastor and marry someone. Or not a pastor, but like I want to become like a licensed...
Yeah, a marrier.
A marrier. I want to become marrier than I am now. Also, I want to get married.
Oh my God.
Maybe I should do that. I should just buy that package, which is pretty cheap. I wonder if another would. And then I'd be like, I'm a druid, like, celebrant. Like, I can totally marry you.
I think you can train to be one here for less and just like in
but I
more...
can say I'm a druid celebrant.
That's true.
I can say that.
That's true. But
for the small payment of $300.
$50.
No one's gonna get that. Okay, go ahead.
So, I mean, I think it's pretty cool, but mean, where the hell are you gonna find a druid in Utah? I mean,
In my butthole.
50% of Utahns are Mormon, and then the other 50% are like something else. I
Our
don't know.
ex-Mormon.
Yeah, literally. I swear to God. Oh my God.
I've met a lot of Christians here. Not a lot. Like 3.
I met one Christian in Utah.
Really? 1?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We live next to a Christian church.
Yeah, well, I've never met anyone there.
That's true.
um,
They're scary. They have different beliefs.
oh God. No, they don't.
I know.
Okay, let's talk about the Druid afterlife. Have you heard anything about this?
No, I thought that it was just reincarnation. Oh, that is the afterlife. Wait, no, continue.
No.
I don't know what the fuck
All
you're
right,
talking
I mean, they
about.
believe in successive reincarnations. Christian Druids don't believe that because, you know, they're
Because
Christian.
they're Christian.
These lifetimes give Druids enough time to reach their 3 goals, which, you know, I mentioned before: wisdom, creativity, and love.
I have yet to reach any of those.
What happens is once they die, they reach the other world, and the other world can be visited in dreams, meditation, or under hypnosis.
Ooh.
In between each life, the souls rest there. So they're like, yeah, I had a hard life.
That's
I'm just
lit.
gonna rest here.
You can just eat crudité until you're like ready for the next life.
Yeah, and you can be reborn into like anything. Like I think you can be like a tree or like a magpie, all that.
What's
shit.
up with the magpies? You keep mentioning
Okay,
magpies.
because there was this page on the damn Druidry website that's like, magpies represent like sexual unity between men and women because of their, you know, the black and white pattern.
I certainly hope not.
We have so many magpies here.
I love magpies. They're really smart. Like
They're really
They're
smart.
in that category with like crows and like ravens and shit that are like hella smart animals. They can
That's
like
true. recognize
recognize faces. They can see themselves in a mirror and be like, "That's me." You know, they're one of those people.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's
They're like the
awesome.
dolphins of birds,
Anyway,
but they just like eat our garbage.
that's true. Oh my God, the raccoons of the sky.
I mean, we've probably eaten dolphin before in like tuna.
Well, that's what I hear. I don't really like tuna anyway, so.
It's probably because you don't like dolphins.
The other world has higher and lower realms, and you go there depending on how much you've learned and how well you've completed the goals throughout your
Oh,
life.
that's really interesting. It's like not about morals. It's about like how'd you do? Like how was your experience?
Yeah.
Take our
And,
survey.
something else that Druids believe, that I think is pretty good to talk about. They believe that everything is connected and everyone is connected. They say that abuse and exploitation come from the illusion of separateness.
Yes.
Isn't that so cool?
Okay, points.
Yes!
Hell yeah, that's my jam.
I know.
Because like fucking white dudes being like, "You're different from me. Give me your money. I'm
Yeah.
gonna build a pipeline," and then oh no, it's spilled. Like that's literally.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Do you ever feel like you're being slowly manipulated like a frog inside of boiling water?
I don't think I'm smart enough to realize that.
I was like, wait, someone trying to manipulate me right now? I just watched a commercial. I thought it was a good commercial. And I wanted to buy it, but
Oh yeah, I want to buy things all the time.
I know.
like,
Like
there's-
Amazon sends you emails.
There's not a single like universe in which I would need this product.
The Sun Center.
I don't need the sun setter. I can go inside. But they make it look so appealing.
Oh my God. So the small purchase of $1,000, but if you call now, $200 off.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
And like the iced tea on like the
yeah,
you know the
patio.
furniture is like perfectly condensed on the outside.
Yeah, and it can
Oh,
be
it's
it
so
can be
good.
unfurled in under a minute.
Even your old grandma can do it. Like
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I love that
I love
commercial.
that commercial so fucking
So
much.
good.
So good.
So good.
What were we talking about?
Druidry. Apparently, you know, because there's Anwin the
What?
no wait. There's Aran, which is the god of the underworld,
Oh, lit.
and
Yeah.
I've seen. I've researched. I'm like, where the fuck is this? Is this like a hell? Do they have a hell?
Is it like a yeah? What does that mean?
They apparently they believe in a cold hell. It's the watery lower world, which is called Anwin.
This also sounds made up.
And apparently because Druids were always like forced to the north because they were always being like super like repressed and shit. They got cold and they're like, man, hell must be super cold. I know, but
Tierra del Fuego, no bueno.
I mean, Druids might not believe this shit. Maybe it's like a false source, but that's what I heard. So.
Yeah, it's like sometimes they're just like, yeah, that sounds right. Like, that's kind of how the religion works.
Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and this is like the pagan part of it. It's not like when the Christians are into it or whatever. Maybe the Christians are like, secretly, I believe this.
Ooh. Let's talk about the minority acceptance. Anyone can go.
Anyone
they don't
can
care.
go. They're like, unless you have a wheelchair and you can't get into the field.
Oh.
They'd probably carry you in on like a throne of sticks or something.
Oh my god, just imagine like some naked little fuck just like rolling around.
Don't talk about that. It's so sad. No, I'm so bad now.
Skyclad motherfucker.
Yeah, skyclad, like
just like shivering in their wheelchair, like I want to wheel around too. I want to.
Sad. Skyclad in a wheelchair. That reminds me of that episode of Parks and Rec when they refurbished this like really old historic house that's like supposed to stay with the way it was, but they like painted the floors and like they hang up this picture of like this like younger woman who married like the town's like most like like the oldest richest man. And so there's like a nude portrait of her on the wall, but next to it is like a nude portrait of him, and it's so naked man in his wheelchair. So great.
Oh my god.
So that's Skyclad.
Skyclad.
Well, yeah, and like if I were to join, and I'm homosexual, if I were to join, then it would, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean they even say like, yeah, I mean like we totally like. I saw this book on Google. They have like books on there. Someone who's a druid wrote this book. And they're like, I can't believe that Christians don't accept gay people because that's bullshit.
You really can't believe it. You can't believe it.
I can't really look at their record, man.
Their track record. They hate everyone who's not white.
Slowest evolving religion. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about their holidays and celebrations.
They have like 50,000 holidays. They have like, what is it, 8 like festivals a year?
8 celebrations a year.
And it's like festivals, right? Where they get together and they burn like, slaves or whatever, and then they like inside of a giant man, and then they just like play music, right?
Oh, well, I know they have a calendar. I only found like I only wrote down 4 because I thought the other ones were like boring.
Sure.
There's Beltane, which is the 1st of May. Imbolc and Lugnasad.
I'm sure that's right.
I don't care about those. What I care about is Samhain.
How do you spell that?
As Samhain.
That's exactly what I thought it was. Great.
And this word, when I first saw it, it reminded me of like when Mom's like, "What in the Sam Hill are you doing?" Like
you're like, "What in the Samhain is happening?"
Yeah, what in the Samhain? God damn it! It's the 1st of November.
Okay.
Right after Halloween.
So we missed it.
No. We did miss it. We did.
Is there another one this year?
There should maybe be. I don't know. I need to look it up, I guess. Or maybe I won't, because we're already doing this. But, this is the most Beltane and Samhain are the most magical and frightening days of the year.
Frightening?
Samhain represents the Druid New Year and Halloween. It's where...
Good one.
Where the world is the living world is connected to the dead world. And what you must do on Samhain is you need to avoid the night hag by disguising yourself. The night hag, she travels with the horned god.
This is literally a quest in Skyrim.
She travels with the horned god. I think his name is like Senarain or something. Senwenane. It starts with a C, probably.
Probably.
I think it started with a C. And what's interesting is if you peel an apple on Samhain, and you throw it over your shoulder, you throw the apple peel over your shoulder, it will curve and form the first initial of your future spouse.
We have to do this.
I know.
We missed it.
Fuck.
Samhain.
Should have eaten the goddamn apple on
That's
that
hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I take into account heavily what like random bullshit tells me about my future.
Yeah.
So if someone's like, your future wife is going to be blonde with this it's going to be shoulder-length hair, and she's going to be very outgoing. I'm like, I know exactly who I'm going to marry.
Oh,
now
God.
I'm going to swipe left on everyone else on Tinder who's not
my
blonde.
God.
That's basically how I, take into account
Yeah.
all those things.
You'll be wearing red shoes when you meet your wife. Oh, I'm always wearing red shoes. Oh, God. So, let's talk about, do they have temples and churches, Mimi?
The nature is the temple.
Yes.
Yes, your fucking face.
So, it's almost always outside. I think some Christian druids do it in church. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They just go to normal church in their, robes and staffs, and everyone's like, oh, God.
Yeah, that's really rare, though.
Yeah.
Lots of druids worship around, outside, old stone structures that aren't, a building, but they're kind of like ruins, in a sense.
Yeah, they're so into ruins. They're so into Stonehenge.
Yeah, I got to...
They jerk off on Stonehenge. They fucking love that shit.
Oh my God, they grind up against the stones.
You grind my stones.
One-handed increase. Oh man.
I feel so disrespectful right now.
I know, we're such...
We really respect this religion. It's great.
It's
Whatever. Fuck off.
Okay. Tell me about the requirements and obligations of druidry.
They don't have any, really. Just, the three, things that you have to do in order to, the three things. Wisdom.
Yeah, I mean, achieve your
Creativity.
goals, be nice to the earth.
Just say don't be a fucking dick.
No, I
basically.
actually found shit on this.
Oh, okay. I couldn't find anything.
There was,
bare bones, got, mostly just the history stuff of it.
there was always do the right thing, even if it hurts others.
What?
I found that in an article.
In what situation would that even be the case?
Tell people, yes, you do look bad in that dress. Yes, you do.
Oh, so honesty is, valued above,
or,
anything else?
I don't know. That's just, they just said that. There's another one. Remain true to friends, family, and leaders.
Yeah, remain true by telling them they look fucking fat today.
No, just be loyal. That's basically
Yeah,
it.
that's good. That
There
makes sense.
was, be a good host. Make them tea. Give them a biscuit.
I'm allergic to tea and biscuits. What are you gonna do now?
Get out of my house. Tell the truth to others and oneself.
Okay, so those are all pretty interconnected.
Stand up strong when faced with diversity.
Adversity?
Adversity. Whoops, wrong one.
You're different than me. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Christianity, dude.
Wrong religion, you fucker. Adversity.
Adversity, god damn it. There was this quote. Okay, here's the quote.
Great.
It's disturbed me, I think. Justice desires that the druid understands everyone has inherent worth, and that an assault to that worth demands recompense.
Dude, I think that they, cut out each other's eyes or something, but we're just not gonna find out about it.
No, that was in the past, man.
That was in the past.
Christians did that. Let's blame it on the Christians.
Christians also did that, you mean?
Oh, God.
That's my favorite thing about the religion. It's but Christians did it too.
And they do have, rites of passage where, they have ceremonies when you, turn a certain age.
Yeah.
When you get married.
That's my jam. Yeah, I think they took a lot
of
of that from, natives too.
I just study mostly, what it's doing, in the UK. What they're doing.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah.
And pay the course fee, I guess, if you're gonna go that route.
Right. You don't have to, but you can. You can just rip it from YouTube or something.
You can be, a witch, a priest, a celebrant, or an archdruid.
What's your favorite? Which one would you be? What's an archdruid?
Archdruid is, the ultimate druid. That's, the highest amount of training of druidry you can get.
So you have the whitest robe and the longest beard.
The thickest
tallest,
dick.
The thickest cock.
Oh, my God. Oh,
I feel bad. Okay, so which one would you be?
I do like being a witch. I think that's cool. Although they were talking about magic on the website, and they're like, people ask us all the time, does the magic work? And that depends on your definition of work. So So,
It depends on your definition.
I mean, there's like chimes and shit, and like, you know, sleeping draughts and whatnot.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, you want to manifest like things in your life. You're like, I'm going to throw this herb into the sea and be like, you know, prosperity. And then
Yeah.
it's like, that's what magic
Or like
is.
this stone that was like smoothed by a like a 300-year-old river has like magical shit in it. you know?
Sure, yeah. So many
I think-
fish pooped on it that it has these special properties.
I think that, which is cool. I also think that celebrant is cool. And
Yeah.
but they're talking about titles, and they said that titles aren't really important. They're only important to you as an individual or your grove.
Yeah, I feel like this is what was like a really common theme was like, you know, everyone's equal and we all want to be these things, but there was this like secret hierarchy where people were like, I want to be like the highest person in my team. It's like because you can pay like if you have the more
That's
like more money, then you
true.
can be like a higher level person. And I feel like there would be a need to be like I want to be like the most, you know,
I'll be the most
distinguished
spiritual goddamn fuck.
druid. Yeah, and it's like you can be more spiritual than other people somehow if you do
Yeah.
this. And like there was that kind of weird hierarchy where it's like you can't really escape that if you're a person who like has these inclinations and wants to be better than other people, you know?
Yeah, definitely. How realistic do you think this religion is?
How do you mean realistic? Like
I mean, there's the stories of like I saw this. There's one story.
believable?
Yeah, how believable is the shit that they teach in this?
What's the one story?
There's one story. I mean, this wasn't like a very religious one, but it was this woman. She was like, she got pregnant, you know, and she was like, oh man, she was like, that pregnancy made her fucking horny. Like she was like. In her village, she like the more like pregnant she became, you know, the more like she wanted to like show off her body and like
Her baby wanted the D.
oh yeah, and so like it said the whole town really appreciated that and they loved her.
That's sweet.
I know that's
That makes
sweet.
me happy. I like how everyone knew that she was horny.
Oh yeah,
Like we would never know if someone was horny unless like I don't know, like she told you.
I just imagine her like dancing sexually in like the tavern and shit.
She's hella skyclad.
Yeah, skyclad as fuck.
Every time I'm naked now, I'm going to call it that. There's no other. If I take anything from this religion, that's what I'm going to take.
I think they just.
So what? How like real? Okay, so
Yeah, like, I mean, how like is it possible that we can complete the 3 goals? Is it believable?
I think it's attainable. I think those 3 goals, if you.
I mean, you got like a million lifetimes. I mean,
Totally, and I think thinking from that perspective is good because you know you can do with what you want. I can't talk. You can do. I can't say this. You can do what you want with your life. I did it. I mixed the words together in a proper way. It's not
Oh my God.
And so, yeah, like it gives you a lot of freedom. I think that's really positive.
the course isn't like I need to give all my life savings to pay for the course.
No, I mean, let's go back to Mormonism. I mean, 10% of your income for your
Yeah.
entire life
Ugh.
is a lot of money.
Oh my god,
And it's, you know, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more than that,
that's true.
depending on how much you make, you know. Like, Dad spends a
And we already
lot
have
of
to pay like taxes and shit. So.
money. Yeah, I mean, you already give up a lot of your money. And so, you know, this religion has a lot of room for good things to happen. And, like, it you know,
Yeah.
it creates a community of people who believe in similar things and want to believe in this religion.
And the magic kind of works.
It depends on how you define work.
Oh my god, and
The magic kind of work.
but I mean, there's like the gods that like can shapeshift and shit. Like, is that's?
I mean, that's not. I mean, that's. I don't personally believe in that kind of theology.
Like, did you really do that?
You really do that, but I mean, if you take into account any other kind of religion, it's just as believable. I think,
That's true.
if
That's
not
true.
more so, because it really involves you know nature and things that it actually exist.
Yeah.
Instead of just like shit you made up.
In fact, shapeshifting could be taken as like, you know, the reincarnation of things.
Sure. I mean, that's how, like, those lesbians on that island did it. Those lesbians.
Let's talk about
Those gay women.
the restrictions and rules. It's a non-violent religion.
Shit you can't do. Yeah, so you're not supposed to, you know, burn people in a wicker man anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. That was yesterday. This is today.
Put it behind you,
Put it-
goddammit.
Stop mentioning it!
According to our website.
It's like mentioning Nazis in Germany. God damn it, that was forever ago.
Put your arm down. Stop that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You need to be loyal, honest, and courageous.
Yeah, and these regulations are very, like, I mean, if you join this religion, you're doing it because you really want to. It's not because you were born into it or because someone's making you do it. That's not really the, vibe that I get from this place.
And let's talk about parenting.
I don't know anything about parenting. I didn't get that far.
I did try to learn about it.
Because I know some fucking new age people who had kids and then, like, their kids grew up, sky-clad with long hair and, like, flower crowns and stuff.
Oh my god.
And they seem to be pretty happy. So, I mean, who knows?
Hell.
Tell me about it, man.
So, I had to, like, download this PDF online to, like, get information about parenting and shit.
You cracked it. You cracked into the...
I hacked in, there was great music playing behind me, and I took 5 hours. Let's see. So, the basics of, parenting is teach your kids to love nature. Celebrate the Druid holidays, celebrations with them.
That sounds hard. Just kidding.
You gotta, like, keep in touch with them, like, when they get older, that's, like, one of the things. And you do not hurt your kids. Like, that's...
Okay, that's my jam. Because if I hear people talking about, like, hitting their kids because they're like, yeah, they deserve a smack if they're being annoying, it's like, fuck you. Like, no one deserves a smack unless they're, like, an adult who's trying to smack you or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like picking someone your own size, man.
Totally. If you're an adult who has, like, 100% power over a child who trusts in you implicitly, that, like, believes that you love them, and then you start hitting them, it's like, oh, well, first of all, like, I don't trust you, and also I don't think you love me.
Yeah.
Like, that's so abusive.
In fact, the main premise of the parenting thing is just raise them with love. Just lots of love.
Yeah, because, if they're going to achieve the things, the 3 parts of life that you want them to achieve, then you've got to show that to them.
Yeah, you got to
by example.
That, yeah.
And I think that's a good way. I'm glad that they addressed that. Because I feel like when I was researching this religion, I couldn't really find, like, things about it, like, in detail, or I'm like, what is this actually about? But now that I'm talking to you, I'm, like, actually realizing there's so many positive things about this.
Yeah, definitely.
Positive. That's how I said that.
Positive. Woo! Okay, let's talk about modern beliefs and the use of technology in the religion.
Okay.
They have tons of websites. Lots of them.
That's usually how they, like, quote unquote, like, recruit is, like, by just Google their name and you'll find it. And, that's how you can.
They even have, like, a Twitter. Like,
they have a Twitter?
Yeah, like, Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids have a Twitter.
That's fun.
Very inclusive, and they no longer torture people. It's no longer a thing.
That we know of.
Stop it. Alright. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. The one little thing I did as a plus is, see, my name actually means ash tree, like a clearing with an ash tree.
What does my name mean?
Your name means like suffering, and like a sea of, like, suffering.
Hell yeah.
It's weird. So, but the Druids have, like, a thing saying, like what the ash tree symbolizes. It is the feminine counterpart to the oak tree, which is, like, the father tree or something.
Oh.
I know, like, ladies who are called, like, Oakley. So.
Oh, like girls, like the girl's name Oakley?
Yeah. So
yeah, it makes me think of when Isaac Newton was sitting under a tree and an apple fell on his head. For some reason, that's the thing I picture when I hear the name Oakley.
That's not even...
Oakley. It just makes that, like, little xylophone sound.
Oakley. Goddamn noggin.
It's real. Is it Isaac Newton? I hope that's correct.
The one with the gravity. The one who found out gravity existed.
We have not achieved wisdom yet.
The ash tree is used for healing and enchantment. Ash wands are carved with spirals in them.
Oh, so it's like getting into Harry Potter now.
Yeah, in fact, in ancient times, witches were said to live in ash trees.
Like Keebler elves.
I don't know what that is.
We talked about this the other day. Those little elves, you like those cookies that have the elves on them?
Oh, yeah!
They live in trees. That's where they bake the cookies with their
I was thinking that they just kind of dissolved into the tree.
They just, like, into it, like, into, like, a hedge.
Yeah, that's what I imagined.
I like that image, too. Oakley?
Oh,
Like the K is where it gets hit on the head and then it goes like that. Yeah, he
oh
just
my
looks up
god,
in the air.
why'd that fall? Was this for the float away?
I've never noticed that I'm stuck to the ground and not in space until this second. Fucking crazy.
Oh my god, I mean,
Gravity.
gravity.
Speaking of gravity, let's... No, never mind.
Gravity don't mean too much to me. I'm who I've got to be. These pigs are after me. After you. Run away. Okay. That's all I know.
I'm dead inside. Okay, that's all I know.
Is there anything more we need to say about... Alright. Would we recommend this religion?
Oh, let me think. Let me go to their, let me go to my stuff. My notes.
That we'll talk about. I think this is pretty recommendable.
It's super recommendable. I think it's pretty lit. Like it, you know, it's very inclusive. I think out of, you know, all the religions that I would consider, this is up there. I would never join it because it's too nerdy.
Oh my
But-
god, you care too much about what people think, yo.
I never said I didn't. Okay, so this religion is inclusive and it's fun and it's very nature centered, and I'm sure that they play with crystals, which is my jam.
Yeah, crystals are great.
Crystals are awesome. And so yeah, it's totally recommendable. It's like based out of the UK a lot of times. It's,
Yeah.
you know, it's pretty international.
Okay, music. Pretty good music.
But in terms of like letting your friends know that you're a druid now, that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, I have to recommend that woman's video. She was so good about explaining to me why the fuck. And
Why the fuck anyone would
Why
want
the
to
fuck
be in
anything?
this religion?
let me just go to my history.
History.
Find the video because it is so cute. She was so fucking cute. Like, I wanted to marry her a little bit. Her video is called Why I Became a Druid. And her YouTube channel is Steel Perfect, SteelePerfect. And she's just this cute lady who's wearing like a green robe and talks about her experience. It's like a 20-minute video. She's really great. It was the one thing that made me really want to, you know, that made this religion appealing to me.
That's true, yeah.
She was really awesome. So yeah. How about you?
I think it's pretty good. It's one of like the very chillest religions. I think that
It's so chill.
because it has so few restrictions, I'm like, is this even like a religion? Like, what the
Is
fuck?
it even worth it? It's almost like you just living your life being
Yeah.
how you are anyway.
Like, just like be happy. You
But
know?
also, I like the idea that it gives you those certain values, like that are
Yeah.
like it's like an in and out menu. It gives you options, but not too many options.
Yeah.
And so it's like these are the things you can have. There's not 100 things, but these are the 3 things you can have.
Yeah.
It's very good. I like that. You know, it's limited, but it's positive. You know,
Yeah, I think so
all the
too.
things on the menu are good.
Yes.
And there's a secret menu where you can do magic,
Oh my god.
animal style.
Ooh. Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Just ask for the works.
Oh my god. I think it
Get
is.
it? Because it works.
Ugh. It is a nerdy religion. I'm gonna say that. I think that. Yeah, I can just imagine me like going up to my friends. Yeah, I'm a druid now, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Like, yeah, it's like, is that your D&D character? What are you talking
yeah.
about?
Oh my god.
I didn't even know that this existed until like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like
So, what would you rate this religion as? Like, I mean, we can do like number scores, stars, or like A, B, C, D.
it. Those are all pretty similar. Okay, I'm gonna rate this one.
2 thumbs up. A half smile.
Let's see. I'm gonna rate this one 5 stones out of the Stonehenge.
Okay.
Out of however many.
However many there happen to be at Stonehenge.
5 out of Stonehenge.
5 Stonehenge.
5 Stonehenge. I rate this 5 Stonehenge. What do you rate this?
I'm gonna give it. Let's see.
5 limbs on a wicker man.
Oh my god, I'm gonna give it 3 reincarnations plus a bee.
like the animal a bee.
No, as in like it
The letter
gets like
B?
yeah, the letter B, like the B plus, you know?
It is such a B plus religion.
Yeah.
Totally. It's like, why not give me an A? It's because you didn't deserve it, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, god damn it.
Make your alchemy work and maybe I'll give you a fucking A.
If that actually worked, man, that'd be a great
We
religion.
should try it. We should go check it out.
You get some like weird like ferns in the backyard and put them in like a fire and smoke up somewhere.
Collect some dragon tongue plant.
Yeah, mash up a snail and
Mix
like...
it with the spider egg and you can create a health potion.
Oh my god.
Restore magicka, bitch.
Woo! Alchemy increased by 5.
Yes.
So,
This religion is Skyrim. That's all I can say.
What I chose this religion because you like here's the Wikipedia page. Choose, and so I'm like,
scroll
okay,
with your eyes closed and pick one.
yeah,
totally.
that's what I did. And this time it's your turn to choose. What do you think we should do next?
Give me a fucking second to pick, okay?
Well, go on Wikipedia right now.
Okay.
And I can discuss.
I think, you talk.
Okay. So there was something that really peeved me today, and I was eating wheat thins.
As you do.
Yeah, and they're like whole grain. They're pretty good. There's like 16 of them is like a serving, but they're so goddamn salty. Like, I don't know why they have so much fucking salt on them.
Maybe you should rinse them under some water.
Then they'd be soggy. And see, because I was like, I was just sitting on the chair and I was just eating them. And we just barely stained our floors dark. And so I was looking down and I just saw like a whole buttload of salt that just had fallen from them as I was eating them. It was tons. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, if they're advertising this as a healthy thing, they should reduce the salt. They don't need to put so much on there. I feel like they bathe them in salt. I wish they had a saltless wheat thin, like an original wheat thin, but saltless. And that's my tale of the day. You still looking?
Yeah, I think I found what I want to do. So next week we are going to do the Christadelphinians. Christadelphinians?
Is that a cult?
Every religion's a cult. If we learned anything.
Christian denomination that developed in the UK and the US in the 19th century.
We'll talk about it next week.
That's true.
So, thanks for listening.
To Rate My Religion. And
Fuck off.
like a bad light, I'm out.
Oh, God.